Continuing discussion with Hustlin Flow on Furverts. Now, yeah, I picked a rather ironic video to do the naked vlog on, considering the whole topic and everything. Not to mention the further irony of actually doing a naked vlog on YouTube, which allows no nudity, so, you know, for all you know, someone's wearing shorts or something to make sure that they don't accidentally show something. But you know what the fuck, I'll do it. Anyways, continuing discussion with Furverts. You said that, you know, bestiality, zoophilia is not prohibited from being hentai. Because hentai is, at its root, perversion, pervert, or, by the Western meaning, is just a certain style of drawing, which is basically cartoon porn. This is absolutely correct. It could indeed be those things. And furry is those things as well. You can pretty much include anything in life in that drawing style, or anything sexuality related in perversion or pervert. It's perspective on pervert, honestly, but you know, what can you do? Now, you went and focused on the physicality of everything, where you say, you know, skin versus fur. Now, I don't know about you, but from everything that I know, from what seems to be agreed on, what sets us apart from animals is our mentality. If you take the physicality into into consideration, then think about it. I mean, you got the same bone structure, you got the same muscles, respiratory, cardio, everything that we are physically is from animals. If you take the mind out of a human and you let him run on instinct, he's a freaking animal. That's all he is. So I really don't see the physical aspect of it. I mean, I understand that it resembles an animal more, but as far as the actual difference between an animal and a human, it's all in mentality. A perfect example of this would be, say, you know, what happens, humans, we actually used to be a little bit hairier. What happens if we went through an ice age and our technology went kaput? We developed fur to keep warm. Guess what? Suddenly we're freaking furries, man. And, you know, I mean, it's ridiculous. Not likely to happen. But, you know, suddenly just because you've got full body fur, you wouldn't be human anymore? I know some people that are damn close to that, and they're freaking human. I'm talking about the person you walk into in the street and their shirt's all puffed out because they can't contain the hair that they have. Whoa. They need some razors, but ironic, I understand the concepts behind all that. But, you know, doesn't make them human. Doesn't make them not human. It's the physical layer. Mentality's where it's at. Now, going off of this, furries possess the same mentalities as humans. The furries just as intelligent, they're sapient, they think for themselves, and actually the vast majority of furries act directly like humans. And pretty much the only way that most of them differ is they might have a couple animal characteristics mentally, like a cat might be more, say, fickle or snooty, or perhaps just silly. Cats be silly, or dog might be more, or even cat might be more fierce, have certain instincts. Those kind of mental aspects might surface themselves in someone's persona or such. But as far as other than that, I mean, differences are purely physical. And even all those aspects you have in everyday life people. So I mean, you know, it's hard to say. And even then, within the whole human spectrum itself, look at appearances and all the things that have been considered attractive and not attractive. Actually go and look it up a little bit and just work off the common knowledge as well. Things like there's been cultures where it was attractive to be fat, like seriously overweight, because it meant that you could provide. You had a big enough flock or herd or whatever that you could provide for whoever was going to marry you or what have you. So being fat was sexy. Obviously a little bit different from most cultures these days, where it's about the exact opposite, almost to the point of disgusting anorexia. Let's see, there's also been the cultures where they stretched out their neck with the rings because they thought that was sexy. There's been cultures where they mashed their feet together to make them as small as possible because they thought it was sexy. Obviously, I mean, America's a little bit stuck on the boobs right now and stuff, but seems like butts is making a little bit of a comeback. But even so, we have our own focuses, no better or no worse than other societies. It's all subjective, it's all in the eye of the beholder. You know, some people, even within the same cultures that have these different ideas, you have a vast range of people what they prefer. And things like, just like the hairy thing I said earlier. Some people actually prefer a hairy guy, some people don't. There's actually people out there that prefer a hairy girl. Not my cup of tea, but there are some of them out there. But, you know, I mean, who am I to judge? It's all perspective. It's not my wants, not my desires, but someone else's. And my views on the issue are probably just as alien and strange as their views are to me. And, I mean, I guess that's it. How can you really judge everything on the physical layer when the physical layer is completely animalistic? And the mental layer is what makes us human. And that includes, I guess, emotional layer as well, because, let's face it, that's a little bit more complex with the mental layer as well. So, that's it. What can I say? Ironic video to do the vlog on. Serious video as well. And, hey,